Welcome back, everybody. These are the best teen films of 1979. We made it. We went through another decade of the 70s. But before we start with the best teen films of 1979, go ahead and check out my playlist. I've already covered where the teenage films began in the decade of the 50s. Check out the playlist of best teen films of 1950s, all those years, 50 to 59. Also, check out the playlist of the best teen films of the 60s, 1960 through 69. Now, again, we have another playlist, the best teen films of the 70s, 70 through 79. And now we're going to cover the best teen films that came out in the year 1979. You're watching Yesteryear TV. Please hit subscribe, and I'll see you all right after this brief bumper. I'll see you soon. Breaking Away, coming-of-age teen drama. A working-class Indiana teen obsessed with the Italian cycling team vies for the affections of a college girl while searching for life goals with his friends. Beautiful movie, great acting. Breaking Away will not disappoint. You'll love Breaking Away. Charlie and Stefan, a sequel to Me and Charlie. It starts with Stefan's graduation from a secondary school in Denmark, where he later that day bumps into Charlie, and their friendship continues while portraying life in 1979. Charlie and Stefan. Going Steady, teenage romance, parties, and sex in 1950s Tel Aviv. Music is at the core of the lives of these teenagers. This is a comedy about three friends. Remember the Lemon Popsicle? Now this is Going Steady, a sequel to that film, 1979. One of the best teenage films of all time in 1979 was Meatballs, with Bill Murray, Harvey Atkin, Kate Lynch. Wacky hijinks of counselors and campers at a less than average summer camp. Put Bill Murray on the map. He was already popular with Saturday Night Live, but Meatballs was awesome. On the Air Live with Captain Midnight. A teenager has a mobile broadcast transmitter in his van that allows him to take over the airwaves as a renegade disc jockey. On the Air Live with Captain Midnight. That's not bad, huh? Well, what a great YouTube channel. You're on the Air Live with Captain Midnight. Oh, one of the best films of all time. Over the Edge. A group of bored teenagers rebel against authority in this community of New Granada after the death of one of their own. This movie, if you haven't seen any teen movie at all, watch it. Over the Edge is the epitome of teens in 1979. It's so realistic. Phantasm, again, one of the best horror teen movies. Newly orphaned teenager Mike Pearson, his older brother Jody, and their friends face off against a mysterious grave robber known as the Tall Man, who employs a lethal arsenal of unearthly weapons in their Southern California town. Skate Town, USA. I love it. At a roller disco competition, two rivals find themselves becoming good friends while competing for a prize of $1,000 in cash. Skate Town, USA. Remember Roller Boogie? Here's Skate Town, USA. Disco was all the rage. Quadrophenia. The Who, remember Quadrophenia? Jimmy Cooper loads his dead-end job and his working-class parents. He seeks solace with his mod clique, scooter riding, and drugs, only to be disappointed. Quadrophenia. Teenage life in England. Oh, one of the best teenage films again. Rock and Roll High School. Ramones fanatic and delinquent Riff Randall battles it out with the strict new principal of Vince Lombardi High School, Miss Togar, with the help from the Ramones. Rock and Roll High School is a must-watch. A great teen film. Roller Boogie. I love Roller Boogie. Remember Skate Town, USA? Roller Boogie was better. Skaters band together to keep their roller disco open. This movie is cheesy, corny, crack. It's so good. The acting's so bad. You'll love it. You'll love it. The clothes, the fashion, the era. Check it out. Sooner or Later. I love it. The hair, the fashions, the one-liners. 13-year-old Jessie is in love with Michael, a 17-year-old guitar instructor and aspiring musician. When she finally captures his interest, she lies and tells him she's 16. But what will Michael do when he discovers that she's only 13? Sunnyside. Nick Martin, a young street tough, has a change of heart and attempts to stop the gang violence in his neighborhood. Sunnyside, action drama. This movie is brutal, realistic, and it captures the teen audience of 1979. Takedown. An unqualified teacher finds himself saddled with coaching duties after a small group of high school seniors from a wrestling team in a last-ditch effort to end a 9-year losing streak against a rival school. Takedown. This is just once. Everyone has to be a winner. It's a feel-good movie. The Wanderers. Oh, teenagers in the 50s. The Wanderers is a teenage Italian gang in Bronx, New York in 1963. They have their confrontations with other gangs. Drugs and weapons are uncool. Adult life awaits them. The Wanderers will not disappoint. Warriors. The Warriors, a street gang known as the Warriors, must fight its way from the Bronx to its home turf on Coney Island when its members are falsely accused of assassinating a respected gang leader. Warriors. Last night, remember the van, or last one, remember the van from 1978? Here's Van Nuys Boulevard. A small town kid hears about the wild nights of cruising the boulevard in Van Nuys, California. He drives out there to check it out and gets involved with drag racers, topless dancers, and bikers. Van Nuys Boulevard, 1978 and 1979 in particular, were golden years for teenage films. Those were the best teenage films of 1979. What do you think about these films that came out that year? And lastly, we just covered now the entire decade. We just wrapped up 1979. Again, check out my playlist for the best teen films of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. The 70s, they're getting more raunchier, more sexual. We're teenagers trying to make it with their teachers, other teenagers, other co-eds. We got cheerleading films, sex films. We got musicals like Grease. We got horror films. We got Halloween. We got Jaws. We got Massacre at Central High. So we got lots of killings. We got love stories. We got killing movies. We got monster movies. We have adultery and sex and teenage stuff and high school angst and teenage love and romance. Teenage films are awesome. But what do you think about the teenage films of the 70s? We just covered the 70s through 1979. I love teenage films. Now stay tuned as we're going to cover the 80s. But that's a whopper of a decade to handle. So we're going to work on that for you, and that'll be coming very, very soon, because we're still working on the best horror films of the 80s. So we have a lot on our plate, but a lot is coming to you, all right? So stick around. I will give you a heads up for the best horror films of the 80s, the best teen films of the 80s, and the best films of the 80s, all right? So stay tuned for the next video, and when it's coming, I'll give you guys heads up. In the meantime, check out my playlist. Let me know if you have any requests or comments, and I'll be sure to include those in another video. Thanks everybody for all your support. I really appreciate all your kindness, your kind words, and your private messages. And this channel is fun. It's all for you. And we all love movies, and I hope I can do a good part of sharing the best of what's out there in the years past to present. All right? So stay tuned. We'll be covering the best teen films of the 80s. That's a lot to cover. The best horror films of the 80s. Again, that's a lot to cover. And we have other surprises coming your way. Alright? So I'll see you all in the next video, the next little series. And thanks everybody for your support. I'm Tony. You're watching Yesteryear TV. I'll see you all in the next video.